Autotune is a plugin for your voice, and your voice is the best instrument. It's free. Like, that's your voice. Only you can play your voice the way you play your voice. By the end of this video, I promise you, you'll be way more comfortable with Autotune, and you will be getting your money's worth, right? Regardless of what plugin you have purchased, you will get your money's worth, all right? I can bet that. When it comes to Autotune, this is something a lot of people got to understand. Whether if you got Waves Tune Real Time, Autotune Access, just whatever, right? A lot of these things will translate. So, first things first, you need to set your key and your scale. All right? For the people that don't understand key and scale, those are associated with the beat. Every beat is going to be different. It's going to be a different key. It's going to be a different scale. All right? Most of the common keys and scales, you're going to have major and you're going to have minor. All right? And there's a way that you can use chromatic, and I will show you that as well. All right, so some of the key features that you really need to pay attention to is retune speed, okay? If you want to really get that robotic T-Pain, that heavy auto-tune sound, you're going to want to go to 0, all right? Just 0. 0 is going to give you the heaviest tune, okay? And if you want the heavy tune, don't touch flex tune, because of what flex tune does, that works in the natural signal. So that's going to make it where you're blending the heavy auto tune with your raw voice, okay? So if you go 0 and 100, you're basically canceling out the auto tune. So just keep in mind, flex tune is going to cancel out whatever this retune speed is, right? That's going to bring your real voice back, right? Okay. Vibrato is going to give you that vibrato, that Post Malone effect. You know, that's always the first artist that comes to mind with vibrato. Don Toliver, vibrato. Then humanize. It just humanizes the vocal. It's not going to bring back your raw voice, right? Right here with flex tune. But humanize is going to make it sound more human, okay? You're still going to have the tune on there, but it's going to sound more human. And then we could change the algorithm. We can go from the modern, right? But see, me, I love Autotune 5. So I always go with classic. And you see what classic does? It knocks off flex tune, right? And it locks format and transpose. So we can't use those when it's in classic mode, right? Let me take this what's called. They be on my nerves, right? So then we go to tracking. This is if you're recording in a noisy room, and it can help the auto-tune algorithm stay on key. So the higher the number, okay, the higher the number, right, the louder the room is that you're recording in, right? The quieter the room, the lower the number, right? So we could change that from 1 to 100, all right? So that's going to vary depending on you. Then we look at input type, okay? This is where a lot of people argue a lot about auto-tune and what you're supposed to do. So if you never noticed, it's this blue line right here, okay? It's over the keys. So it's on soprano right now. Watch it when I move it to tenor. You see it slid down? Now watch when I move it to low male. It slides down, okay? And then if I move the instrument, it disappears. And then bass instrument, it disappears, okay? So soprano, if your voice is higher up on the thing, like, you can use soprano, okay? It's just filtering out things. Me personally, I always keep it in alto tenor. There's gonna be people who be like, but you need to put it in low male. Listen, bro, mind your business, do what you do. This is what I do, okay? So I'm gonna show you that it really don't make a difference, okay? But I'm gonna show you that in a minute. But when it comes to auto key scale, whatever like that, if you got that plugin, you put it on a beat, it'll find it. But I don't really use that because I find the BPM and everything with mixed in key. So this is D minor. Okay, so now I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go D minor. Boom, it's set. Let me turn it on. Yeah. So we got it. It's working. All right, so that's classic. So if I put it in modern, so now I can show you what flex tune does. Yeah. So you see, yeah. You see, that ain't strong. Then it's like humanized. Yeah. Turn it on. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So it's still there. Then if we need the forming, then transpose. So that ain't as clean. So I wouldn't recommend using that. But and you need to understand that every minor scale, key scale, it's gonna have a relative major. So if we put this in a relative major, it's still gonna sound good. So when we go over here, we look at the circle of fifths right here. So it's D minor, so it's gonna be F major. So if I go over here and put this in F major, right? Watch this, F major, it's gonna sound good, right? Yeah. So if I play the beat, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Whoa. So it sounds good there. Then we put in D minor, but yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Alright, so look. So now let me show you what it's like if we put it in chromatic. So if I go to chromatic and I leave the key D, right? And then I click advanced. So now it's gonna take me down here and I click on scale. So now I hit minor. So now same thing. Now it's this. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. So sounds good, right? So then if we go back and go F, but it's chromatic, we gotta make sure we hit major, because if we don't hit major, we're gonna have a problem. So like, watch this. If it's minor, watch it. Yeah. See, don't work. It's not active at all. So now we go major. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. So you see what I'm talking about. So now we can do that. So that's just 3 different ways we can set the Autotune plugin up to where it's in sync with the beat. All right. A lot of people get that wrong because they see chromatic and they'll just automatically think like, hey, I could just put it chromatic. But it's like, if you're doing this mode, you have to go down here and set it to either the major or minor. So like I said earlier, it was D minor, okay? And we go over to D minor, we look at the circle of fifths. D minor, the relative major is F major, right? And the minor is D minor, okay? So those will work, okay? So with that being said, let's go back. Let's put this in D minor. Boom, so we don't have those problems. And then now let's really get into something very interesting. Pay attention right here. Detune. Like the sexy drill, the R&B drill, the Cash Cobain type beats, or the beats where they pitch the vocals up or they detune it. This is where this comes into play. There's a lot of people that'll be like, Autotune don't sound right because I put the key in the scale, but you gotta understand, they detune it. And unless they let you know how much they detune the beat, you'll never get it right? So you would have to go and figure that out and get that right. So most of the beats are gonna be 440 unless they're detuned, right? From my understanding, a lot of the beats that have been like the sexy drill, those beats, a lot of people have issues with those, but hey, like a lot of times you're not gonna have that issue. But in case you do have a beat that's detuned, you're gonna have to detune it to where it fits, right? And then we got right here, we got a mix knob. So if we want 100% of the auto-tune effect, we do that. If we want 86% of the effect, we do that. Because when it comes to using auto-tune, a lot of people don't understand. You're using it creatively. This is a plugin that is going to sound completely different depending on the person, because your vocal performance matters more than the settings, all right? The settings are important, but if you're not performing with the tune and it sounds like you're fighting in the tune, you're in the wrong key. If you're not projecting your voice in a way that you hear in your head because you want the tune to hit a certain way, it's not going to hit that way. This is something unique to you, All right. If your auto tune doesn't sound good, it's something that you're doing. It's not the plugin, especially when you set the key and the scale correctly. That's why I was sure to spend a lot of time on how to set the plugin up, because your performance is literally everything. If your vocals sound boring, lifeless, the auto tune is not gonna save it. Putting it on there, it's not gonna save it. You have to perform. This is not a cheat code, one size fits all plugin, right? This is something that I personally use as a creative effect. I'm not a singer. I'm not saying I got perfect pitch. I'm not saying I'm the best singer ever, right? I'm not trying to be. I use autotune creatively for the vibe, for the emotion. That's what I do. I'm not really focused on trying to like hide the autotune. Like if I want to hide the autotune, I can use Melodyne. If I want to hide the autotune, I just won't use autotune. Like right now, like if I turn this plugin, like the plugin is off. Like it's literally off. I can turn it like it's off. Like I don't even got it on. And people are probably gonna say like at this point like it sounds like my voice has auto tune on it, and it's nothing on my voice. This is my voice. This is how I talk. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So like when we go back to it, let's see. Let's go so you can look. So play it so you can hear what's wrong. So like what? Yeah, hold on, yeah. So like I'm gonna show you like some plugins you can put with it. Like just any regular reverbs will work. You don't need nothing crazy. It could be like stock plugins, anything, right? Whatever. Yeah. Hold on, money, yeah. Hold on, money, yeah. Hold on, money. So like, you put like little reverbs on it. You can make it better, right? So you put a reverb on it, make it better, you know? Yeah. Hold that money up first, yeah. Hold that money up first, yeah. Hold that money up first. Hold that money up first, yeah. Hold that money up first. Yeah, hold that money up first, yeah. Hold that money. Yeah, hold that money up first. Big dog, baby, don't play that. Baby, don't play that. Big dog, baby, don't play that. Baby, don't play that. Big dog, baby, don't play that. Baby, don't play that. I'm a big dog, baby, don't play it. Baby, don't play that. 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 Baby, don't play that. Baby, don't play that. Whoa. Yeah, hold that money up. Hold that money up. Going crazy, trap going crazy, yeah. Trap going crazy, yeah. Trap going crazy. Hold that money, I can run it over, baby. Yeah. Hold that Rex, I can run it over, baby. Yeah. Hold that Rex, I can run it over, baby. Yeah. Hold that Rex, I can run it over, baby. Oh yeah. Hold that Rex, I can run it over, baby. Oh yeah. Hold that Rex, I can run it over, baby. Oh yeah. Hold that Rex, I can run it over, baby. Oh yeah. Whole lot of racks, I can run it up, baby. Oh yeah. Whole lot of racks, I can run it up, baby. So like, you know what I'm saying? But to take it a step further, as you see, like if you add like a Manly Vox box, any channel strip plugin, preamp, compressor, anything, like any plugin that you pair with AutoTune, just make sure you keep it light, keep it simple. Don't be trying to overdo it, because you are using your voice as an instrument. AutoTune is a plugin for, let's see, AutoTune is a plugin for your voice, and your voice is the best instrument. It's free. Like that's your voice. Only you can play your voice the way you play your voice. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that didn't come out crazy. For real. Like, I'm so glad, right? But if you do everything that's supposed to be done, like I did in the video, you'll be good. All right. Make sure you perform well. If you don't perform well, we're gonna have problems. We're gonna have to fight. All right.